woke up at 7:30, which is too early, but my body thinks it's 9:30 because I was on the East Coast yesterday. Got in last night to Wyoming, Laramie, Wyoming. Got into the hotel at like 11:30 at night, just crashed. And I don't have a show until 10 o'clock tonight. So the fact that I'm up at 7:30 here, that means it's gonna be a long day. So, utter chaos. Utter chaos is what's happening right now. First of all, when I got into the room last night, I realized that she put me in a room that was literally next to the elevators. So all I heard all night was bong bong, bong bong, every time the elevator went up and down. That was obnoxious, but I didn't want to go bother her with it because I had just gotten in and I was totally exhausted after a whole day of traveling, and it was midnight, and the girl working the desk already told me that she was new and she clearly didn't understand how to do things and she wasn't trained yet, and I just didn't feel like dealing with it for an hour while she had to call her manager, so I just decided to stay in the room and ask them today. Also, somewhere while I was getting ready for bed last night, this is so gross, I realized something was sticking to my foot. I assumed it was a piece of tape, turned the light on. It was a used Band-Aid. So I felt like I had a good reason to ask him to switch my room this morning, which is a huge pain. So he took care of it, he got me a new room, so I gotta pack up everything now and move to the new room. Also, I'm very hungry, I want breakfast, but this hotel has paid breakfast. It's like $12 for what is basically a free breakfast at any other hotel. Normally, if I'm gonna pay $12, I may as well just go out and find breakfast at a decent restaurant or a diner or something. Problem is, I don't have a car. And that's the next thing that happened, is that I was unable to get a rental car for the gig for today because there's only 2 rental places here in Laramie, and they're both closed on weekends. They're closed. Enterprise told me we can rent you one today before we close at noon, but then you can't bring it back until Tuesday. I said, well, I have a flight tomorrow morning at 6:20 out of here. He said, well, you can drop it off, but we're gonna have to bill you for 3 days. In other words, we have to bill you until we get back in Tuesday, because otherwise we have no way to verify that you did drop off the car or anything like that. So I don't have a rental car for the first time, I think, ever at a gig, literally ever. I don't have a car. So I can't, like, I wanted to run to a dollar store. Now it's a huge hassle just to run to a dollar store to grab some props for tonight. If I wanted to go out to breakfast, it would cost me twice as much to go to breakfast because I'd have to get an Uber or a taxi or something like that. And then getting to the show tonight and getting back from the show tonight, I need to figure out what to do about that. So they tell me that there's Uber, but only 4 drivers in this town. I've never used Uber in my life, so today may be the first time. Anyway, let me pack everything up, switch rooms, and find some breakfast. Chaos. Chaos. That's the noise that I heard all night. That noise. That's the noise that I heard all night. New room. Beautiful. The giant gap of time in the middle of my day that we just lost. That's just been me trying to figure out what to do about tonight. So at the moment, the plan. Let's see. I accidentally changed the date on the watch. I'm 2 hours earlier than I was. 1:10. I called the student that's running the show, and she sounded very positive that one of the students or some of the students would be able to pick me up and get me there and then bring me back to the hotel after the show, but she got to check in with her advisor. Put my laundry in, went through that whole debacle, getting change, and this big Hilton only has 1 washer and 1 dryer for guests. I'm gonna go find lunch, but of course, without a car, it's not that easy to just like go out and find lunch, so I think I'm just gonna stick to the restaurant in the hotel for the second time today. The hotel did not look like they were open for lunch, so I'm walking to a deli. Very exciting. Alright, so the deli I was gonna go to has an entire University of Michigan women's volleyball team that just walked in. So there's like a line of 30 athletes or something. I guess they're all staying at our hotel. I saw the Purdue team. They must have been playing each other. There must be a tournament in town. Jimmy John's. Alright, I guess I'm doing Jimmy John's. Wyoming has easily been the most frustrating spot in the tour. I had to come back as fast as I could because I got a notification on my phone. My timer told me that my laundry was done in the dryer. So I went to go into the laundry room, and there were two guys sitting with huge piles of clothing waiting because there's only one washer and one dryer. And they were waiting, and mine had only been up for a couple minutes. They weren't annoyed with me or anything, but I took my stuff out, and it's still damp, but I couldn't put it back in because there's these two guys waiting with piles and piles of laundry. So a bunch of my clothes are still a little damp. Need some tape, Scotch tape. I'm gonna go see if they have some for me down at the bar of Scotch tape, so I could tape up the the present that's in the show every night, the bill trick. And I'm taping it up, and she said, "Do you want some help with that?" I said, "No, it's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to look bad." She didn't trust my gift tape. You should try looking at this thinking, I hope you're not giving that to your wife. See you tonight. Hey, how you doing, Jake?
Yeah.
Brian, thanks so much for coming again, man. Live audio, and then pretty much all set. And it is, it's only 7:30. It's 7:30. Is it really just 7:30? Because I have 2 hours before students even start coming in. The show's not till 10. It's not till 10. The casino night is starting soon in about 15 minutes. An hour after that, I'm on. Should be great. They're expecting a lot. They said a couple thousand students to come through the casino night, which means we should pretty much have a full room in here that can seat, I think, about 200. Hey, he's back. How was dinner?
Dinner was okay. Had a good long combo with my mom, and I'm feeling about 89%.
89%. Was the 11% knocked off because you talked to your mom?
No, it's one for each hour I've worked today.
One for each hour of your work today. Moms are so much cooler as adults, aren't they?
Yeah.
She was not my favorite person when I was a kid, but now I'm like, Mom is awesome.
So Caleb, let's say you didn't know that. You'd never met me, you didn't know anything about this game. You saw a guy playing this in the streets of Laramie. That would be a weird sight, wouldn't it? You heard the cup and you heard the cup and the ball. That would be a magic trick. You heard the ball in the cup, you saw the ball in the cup. They take the ball out, they place it in their pocket. Where would you guess the ball was at this moment if you didn't know better? If you saw them put the ball in their pocket, where would you guess the ball was at that moment? In their pocket. They always let you get it right the first time. It's the second time you get it wrong, that's when you owe them money. I'm gonna do it again. I'll do it again. So, sometimes people think they have to follow when I get it out of my hand back underneath the cup. On the streets they have an assistant. On stage I'm forced to do it myself. Without one. Under the cup like this, I have to bring it on the top of the cup like that. By placing the elbow, it comes out of the elbow. Placing the ear, out of the nose. Placing it into the cup, comes back on top of the cup. Are you following this? Neither am I. Some people think that I'm using an extra ball. And you're right, you know? The other one's a potato, which doesn't make any sense. You know what's great about a potato? It's a wonderful distraction and nobody sees the lemon.
Quarter of midnight. Show was absolutely fantastic. Students packed out the room, sitting room only. Tons of students sat on the floor all over the place because there was nowhere else to sit. Amazing crowd. I keep saying that on this tour, but they really were incredible. Thank you so much. University of Wyoming, awesome. Hope to see you guys again. I can't spend very long vlogging right now because I have a shuttle back to the airport in 5 hours from now, which means I have to be up in 4.5 hours, and I still need to repack for flying for tomorrow, grab a shower, and try to catch like 3 hours of sleep. So that's it for me, I think. Yeah, have a good night.